Gonna share some of my favorite songs of 2022 with you guys. There's a lot of music that I didn't listen to, but there's also a ton of music that I did listen to. And so while I'm not doing any rankings and best songs and lists of top this and top that, these are just gonna be some of my personal favorite songs that came out last year in no particular order, and hopefully you guys get put onto some interesting music. A lot of it's going to be music that I checked out on the channel, some of it won't be. Either way, maybe you guys will find a nice addition to your playlists. And hopefully this puts a nice little ribbon on 2022 as we look forward to all of the music that is to come this year in 2023, although I'm still going to be listening to so many of these tracks this year moving forward. But at the same time, can't wait to get hit with all these new songs and albums that we're going to be blessed with this year. All right, let's get into it.
So what can I do when you're outside?
Starting off with some real heat. Starting off strong because I do feel like this might have been the actual best song I heard all year. That's Glimpse of Us by Joji. I just think it has this real nice sway to it. The lyrics are heart-wrenchingly beautiful. I love the delivery on the song, and I just think that this song is as perfect as a song can be made.
You said I'm holding on to heartache. You said I'll wear it like a crown.
Louis Tomlinson, Holding On to Heartache. I mean, you said I'm holding on to heartache, you say I wear it like a crown. He just opens the song off just absolutely tearing at your heart and making you think about your own self and all your own experiences with heartache just immediately. That's a lot of power right there, and I think this is Louis' best song that he's ever made, which is saying a lot because he's got a lot of really just great songs, and I just love the particular delicate delivery on the lines in the song, and yeah, I fucking love this song.
Took a long vacation, no makeup, just Jay-Z. You were balls deep, now we beefing at me butt naked at the MGM.
Nobody Gets Me by SZA. Honestly, I could have picked so many different tracks off of this album SOS, but I went with Nobody Gets Me. It's just probably my favorite vocal performance on the song. There's so much earnestness in it, and I think lyrically it really punches home. And again, so many of those songs off that album too, but I just really leaned into this one personally, and can't get enough of this song, Nobody Gets Me, and can't get enough of SZA's voice, man.
Ceilings, plaster, can't you just make it move faster?
Ceilings, Lizzy, McAlpine. My goodness, is this whole project 5 Seconds Flat. Not only is the whole project one of my top 2 or 3 favorite projects of the entire year, the song Ceilings really stands out. Her voice just glides all throughout the song. It's haunting, yet it's absolutely gorgeous. The lyrics are absolutely profound, and yeah, Lizzy McAlpine is just an absolute force that I can't wait to see everything she does in the future. And this song is going to continue to be streamed constantly by me in 2023, and for now it's one of my favorite songs of 2022.
Remember I was your hero. Yeah. I'd wear your heart like a symbol.
Less Than Zero by The Weeknd off of the album Dawn FM that came out right at the start of the year. Came out with a bang at the start of the year, with The Weeknd just dropping a classic on us already. Picked this song just because I really loved the rising synth in it. There's these layered, like, distant sounding vocals that I really enjoy in it too, and it's a real vulnerable track as well, and I think it's a real standout from the entire year. It's another one of my favorites from 2023.
Didn't wanna ask our friend if you were gonna be here and make the whole thing weird, but I was nervous in the car just in case you are.
Everyone at This Party, Camila Cabello off of Familia. I thought that Psycho Freak featuring Willow off of this album was going to be my favorite song off of this album. I was so certain, and just as time passed and passed, everyone at this party continued to just creep up on me with every listen. Probably has my favorite Camila vocal in the chorus. It is so vulnerable. It's almost on the verge of like a complete breakdown in that chorus, but it's like held together. It's so specifically delivered, just heart-wrenching, and it's a beautifully tragic song that deals with the reality of regret, sorrow, longing, post-breakup syndrome. One of my faves of last year.
Boy, I know you can't help but to be yourself around me, yourself around me now.
Plastic Off the Sofa, Beyonce. The irony here is you could have taken a ton of songs off of Renaissance. Many of them would be my faves of 2022. And I went with the one that's the least dancey off the whole album, even though I love so many of these dancey tracks. There's something about this song that just does things to me in a very classic Beyonce way. Yeah, that whole plastic off the sofa concept to me is just really beautiful, and Beyonce matches that entire energy with her vocal in the song. And just can't get enough of this track, honestly.
You used the fork once. It turns out forks are fucking everywhere.
How many things? Sabrina Carpenter opened up a song with "You Used the Fork Once" and made it one of those powerful songs of the year. How? Just go listen to How Many Things and you'll understand. Sabrina does this gorgeous vocal in the pre-chorus singing I Wonder, and then there's so many great lyrics in that chorus, which isn't a regular theme in a pop song. I wonder how many things you think about before you get to me. I wonder how many things you want to do. You think I'm in between. I feel myself falling further down your priorities, and I still make excuses for you constantly. That's a chorus. It's a fucking chorus. Yeah, I love this song.
If you would have blinked, then I would have looked away at the first glance. If you tasted poison, you could have.
Would've, could've, should've. Taylor Swift took a classic song from her discography and pretty much made a part 2 to it. And the original is beloved, and this one to me is even better somehow, some way. This is on the 3 a.m. deluxe version, a version that has tracks that to me exceed the tracks from the original version. This is one of those tracks, and not only is this one of my favorite songs of last year, I think it's one of the best written songs of the entire year. Even if you took the lyrics away and you were just listening to the song and the melody itself, it's still a banger. It's still a banger, and then you throw the lyrics in and you just have one of the best songs of the year.
Wouldn't say I'm a lie, but I'm not always honest. I ain't come through, but that's why I ain't promised.
Little story, Kehlani. Every once in a blue moon, you get an opening track on an album that just completely pulls you in. You're like, whoa, what am I getting on the rest of this album? That's what Little Story did to me. Just the guitar and Kehlani's voice, and she is just smooth all over that whole track, and it's just lovely. It's lovely. Little Story, Kehlani. If you ever heard it, go listen to it. I promise you'll like it.
Let's burn, 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 burn.
Arson by J-Hope off of Jack in the Box. Man, there's other tracks off of Jack in the Box that, you know, are more profound lyrically and that I absolutely loved and almost threw on this list of recommendations. Actually, I'm gonna shout them out now, like A Safety Zone and An Equal Sign. Officially though, I'm going with Arson because it's such a banger, man. It's the kind of song that if you threw on like in the car and you're with people who had no idea what BTS was or who J-Hope is, and they heard it, they would undoubtedly just be doing this the whole time, like, oh shit, yeah, this bumps, this is really great, what is this, who is this? And I'd be like, this is J-Hope. Arson, welcome to greatness.
Things change, people change, everything change. Yeah. Things change, people change, everything change.
I'm gonna stick with BTS solo member drops and go with Change Part 2 off of RM's Indigo. And I feel the same way, where if I just played it in the car and there were people in the car that had no clue what BTS was or who RM was, they would be like, yo, what is this? Not only does this go hard, this is the most chaotic thing I've ever heard in the best way. It's such a chaotic song, but you don't want it to end, and it ends abruptly and quickly, and it's the most unfortunate thing because I continue to want more of that song. Banger, chaotic banger. Go listen to Change Part 2 by RM.
Don't let that bro bitch in, cause she too messy. Who the fuck them broke boys with? Get out my section. Get out my section. Just pull the muscle. God damn, too much flexing. Damn. Call them
Messy, Quavo, and Takeoff. Just some fun bars in this song delivered with a shit ton of confidence. It's the type of song where, and if I'm feeling down or need a boost of energy or confidence or whatever it might be, this is an absolute go-to for me in 2022. I just love the way that the lyrics are delivered, and there's some fun bars in there as well, and cool dynamic between both Quavo and Takeoff. Takeoff is delivering with this real oomph that's just great in the song, and Quavo comes in real smooth. Just one of my favorite tracks from last year, and rest in peace, Takeoff.
Hello, you know I'm tired. Hello, you know.
Labyrinth and Zendaya off the Euphoria soundtrack. I'm Tired. The song is so good. This song is so good. It's so good. It's so good. Haunting, affecting, evocative vocals from both Labyrinth and Zendaya with some real heavy lyrics attached. Those vocals have to match those lyrics, and they certainly do. Tremendous, man. It's got so much of Labyrinth style all over it, and then you throw Zendaya's voice on there. Whenever we get the chance to get Zendaya's voice on this song, it's a blessing enough. When you can detach these songs from these huge TV shows and they stand alone as great songs completely on their own, to me that's already an accomplishment in itself, and that's this song in many ways.
Ego is irrelevant when you're not the only elephant that's trying to find its element. But I knew exactly what I was looking for till I wasn't sure. I'm misunderstood. I feel seen and not heard.
Camp Anonymous, Cautious Clay off of his new EP, Thin Ice on the Cake. Cautious Clay is just an absolute treasure, a gem. If you have never heard of or listened to Cautious Clay, I implore you to just stop this video. Don't watch the rest of this video. Seriously, just stop it and go listen to everything that Cautious Clay has got. Writes his music not just for melody and sound, and his music has already got all of that, but writes to make the listener feel something, and accomplishes that consistently time and time again, and did that with Camp Anonymous. Probably my favorite written song of the entire year. I just adore the lyrics in this song. Cautious's voice, as usual, just gliding throughout the song gorgeously. And Camp Anonymous, Cautious Clay, go listen to that EP, guys. Thin Ice on the Cake.
She said, love me like you pay me. You know I'll be gone for so.
Harry Styles almost went with As It Was. You know, I know that song's been played a ton of times, but for me, it does not take away from how amazing that song is. And like I said, I was on the brink of just choosing As It Was for this video, and I guess I kind of already secondarily have by mentioning it this often, but I'm gonna go with Daydreaming because it gives me a lot of the Harry vocals that are to die for me. It's got my favorite drum performance on the album, and I just think it does a great job of maintaining so much momentum throughout the song and keeping so much excitement for the listener. Also, shout out to Satellite, Music for Sushi Restaurant, and Matilda, which I've never not cried listening to.
I cried in the dark brown eyes for the 1000th time. Did you love somebody? I died when you left that night for the 1000th time.
Bad Omens, 5 Seconds of Summer off of 5 Sauce 5. One of my favorite songs of 2022. So many songs off of this album, honestly, you could go with. But I went with Bad Omens because it does that thing where a certain part of the song comes on and you can't not scream along to the lyrics when it does the I cried in your dark brown eyes for the 1000th time cause you love somebody. I just scream that part every single time. There's crack sprinkled into that part of the song. A mixture of crack and tears. Bad Omens, 5 Seconds of Summer. Sad banger.
My father never talked a lot. He just took a walk around the block till all his anger took a hold of him, and then he'd hit.
Conan Gray, Family Line. I talk about vulnerability a lot on this channel, and this song represents that to the fullest. Probably my favorite chorus of the entire year. It's just delivered so powerfully by Conan, and when you attach such specific and personal lyrics to that, and you can feel all of that in the emotion coming across through the vocal and the chorus, and it just makes for such a powerful and effective song, and I cannot get enough of that song.
I never said it, but I know that I can't picture anything past 25. Not like I care to know the time, and not like I'm looking for.
Kind of cheating with this last one because it came out in late 2021, and I'm also going with an entire project, and that's because this is my favorite album that I listened to all of last year, and I didn't get to listen to it till early 2022, so I'm going to count it for that. Gracie Abrams, This Is What It Feels Like. The entire project is perfect up and down. It's not only one of the greatest albums I've ever listened to, it's just easily, honestly, my favorite album that I heard last year. If I have to go with one song, and I'll play it in the edit for this video, it'll be Camden. I cannot say enough fantastic things about this project. Gracie's vocals, the songwriting, Aaron Dessner coming through strong in the production, these soft, quaint melodies that move you so heavily and so effectively. And Gracie's voice is so soft and feathery and so breathy, and yet at the end of every single one of these tracks, I find myself needing to remind myself to breathe, because what I just heard was so exquisite. This was my favorite album that I heard last year, and Gracie was my second most listened to artist last year, right behind Cautious Clay. And as I record this, Gracie's already announced another album that is due to come out here real soon, and I'm just counting the seconds, guys. I'm counting the seconds. This is what it feels like. Big shout out to that project. Hope you guys found something from this video for yourselves to go listen to. Let me know what your favorite songs from last year were. There's still some albums that I'm gonna check out and react to from last year, kind of play a little bit of catch up as I prepare for some of the new music to come out. So let me know what projects that I may not have listened to from 2022 that are definitely worth listening to. And I'm really excited for this year, guys. I feel like it's going to be the best year yet.